What up, everybody? So I'm making this video as an informational video, which I do have all data and stuff, and I'm referencing off of there how they instruct me to install this. When you're putting your timing chain kit back together on this, okay, this is a 2002. The 2003, I guess, has the plastic tensioners in it. The 2002 has the metal tensioners. Okay, the 2002 has the riced sprocket, which this one does. On the back of your balancing shaft here, there's a mark on the bottom of the gear, and there on the cam, behind the cam gear, there's another gear back there. As you can see, this one way down below it, there is a so there's a dot on the bottom of this. There's a line on the bottom of your balancing shaft. These have to match perfectly, which this one does. So, you know, if you don't do that, you can have engine failure, from what all data says. Secondly, so I wanted to show you, so I actually pieced together this timing chain kit from two separate timing chains, okay? And the reason being is that AutoZone has doesn't have it listed right on there. They have an S8X as in X-ray. That doesn't come with the gears or the tensioners, or the gears or the sprockets. They do list the proper part. It's way at the bottom of the listing, and it's this with an SG. So if you have a 2002, you must find the Sam George part number, or else it will, and you will end up with stuff like this, like plastic tensioners that are for a 2003 when you need the metal tensioners, which that one does have. Thirdly, the guides on them are a little different versus the 2003 versus the 2002. So this one right here, you can see it is, no, it's not this one, is it? Yeah, it's that one actually. So you see how this up top part is a lot thicker in space. This one does not match that guide. You have to get the SG part number, okay? Another big thing, when doing this, that, you know, it's probably best just to get online with Chloe's and order a direct fitment part. It takes more time. Fortunately, it's stuff we learn as we get into doing the work. So I got the timing chain kit back together. I'm torquing down the balancing shaft now, and I'll be able to pop everything right back together, and it'll be done. I do have to flush out the engine oil. I put a bunch of BG44K service stuff down in the engine. I also I'm gonna dump some stuff along the top end of the engine to flush the engine down and clean any hunk of sludge that's left in residual in the engine. But this should make a heck of a difference. I did pressurize the tensioner galleys and stuff like that, and then vacuum clean them out, and I sucked a lot of fluid, BG44K field treatment additive through there. So I busted down all the main sludge that was in the engine, and it was running okay before. It's just the tensioners were not, you know, you could see them, they were clogged up, messed up, and they wouldn't hold pressure overnight. So it needed this timing chain in here. It definitely needed, I mean, it could have lasted a couple years after without it. But me working on these vehicles, it's better to fix the issue than to not fix the issue. And the timing was off because the chains were stretched and the gears were worn out. So this one's different, just one of them weird one-off years. I mean, they had a bunch of quite a few of V10s, but they did design a lot of them different. As you can see, from 02 to 03, there's a difference. So it's one of them ones that it's just, you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta do a lot of research, and you gotta track the proper parts and get it done right so that you know it's going to run and feel comfortable. This one I am definitely okay with now, after wasting several days of running back and forth to the parts store and trying to figure out what is going on with this one. And I am going to get in contact with the commercial side of AutoZone, not the guys here locally, I mean the national commercial side, and I'm going to let them know that SX setup will work, but it doesn't have the gears. Secondly, they need to get stocked in on the SG, and also they do need to note that if it is a 2002, you have to have the Sam George part number. So that was the big discrepancy there, and we were trying to, I think they just don't have any more of the Sam George part number, even though Chloe's does have them. I'm going to get in contact with them and tell them, hey, you need to get in contact with Chloe's and Clois timing chains. I don't know, they spell it weird. And ordering some more of those. I mean, it might be good just to go straight through Chloe's and get that part. Because if not, you're going to be doing a huge runaround, and you're going to kind of feel like I was, where I'm like stressed out, because I know I'm very meticulous when it comes to these timing chains, and this is an interference engine, so you want everything to go back together exactly the same way it came apart, or else you're just not, it's not going to sit right with you. And I'm happy now that everything's put back together the way it is. Of course, a lot of runaround, a lot of waste of time, a lot of waste of money, because time is money, and inevitably if I'm having to run and track a bunch of parts and I can't just get them here, this is why I am the one-man shop, and I get the work done at my speed, because I can make sure it's getting done proper so that there's not a huge liability issue behind it. So that's just the way it has to be. And I know a lot of other shops, they have their way of handling things or whatever, and I'm sure that, you know, all we can do is handle the issue when it becomes a bigger issue. Unfortunately, I like to try to prevent those issues, because you don't want to have a blown engine here and then I have to rip it down and rebuild it, and then I'm at fault or at cost for this, when it was just the website's parts setup didn't have access to the Sam George timing chain that I needed, that it recommends. And so, you know, you got to take your time, you got to be patient, you just got to do what you got to do. Okay, so God bless everybody, have a wonderful day.